Do y'all rush up to the NTN and Trap News Network back in the same. Like, cracking the same, man. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe for more of this good content we got going on here at TNN Trap News Network. It's that good news you can use. It's that good knowledge you ain't finna get nobody's college, man. We back in this thing. We back in this thing. TNN Trap News Network. It's that good news you can use. It's that good knowledge you ain't finna get nobody's college. That one was on purpose. I seen the opportunity and I took it. Oh, man. I got something going on off camera. Don't worry about what I got going on. We back in this thing like good cracking this thing, man. Hit the like, comment, subscribe button for more we got going on here at TNN Trap News Network. Make sure. You get into this good news you can use. This good knowledge you ain't finna get nobody's college, man. I have to go handle some things. Some things need to touch your toes. Forget an intro. Oh, man, she touched her toes. Whew. Let me get this content done. Let me get this content done. Let me go ahead and just get y'all this content. You feel me? Because Adam 22, feds approaching them. No jumper. Let's shout out to Vlad TV. Shout out to the toe touchers.
Well, the story came out that you were raided by the feds right after Big U and them got arrested.
Yep.
Now, the feds did...
Now, personally, I think that No Jumper had already been hit by the feds when FLAKKO was making the big thing about Adam 22 having the people come and fix the roof. It doesn't make sense for white men to be fixing the roof in San Bernardino, in Burbank in the middle of the summer. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense at all. Who the hell gonna have white people doing roof work in the middle of the Burbank summer? Not to sound disrespectful, not to sound racist, but we all know that's something that Mexicans do. So I don't think that makes any actual sense at all.
Did actually visit you?
Yep.
And what happened?
So I was playing poker at my house one day, and my girl actually intercepted the person ringing my buzzer outside. I didn't see it. She told him that I wasn't home. Basically, they wanted to serve me with a subpoena. Now, when I hear that, I get nervous. I call my lawyer. I'm like, hey, can you guys call this guy and figure out exactly what's going on with this? They had a series of questions they wanted to ask the feds to basically figure out what the nature of this was going to be. And I never even ended up having a conversation with them. They told me through my lawyer that they just wanted the cease and desist, that we had been sent by...
Adam said, hey, I'm not getting into no flu, flare, Mexico, Doug, and real larceny. I am letting the feds do what the feds do, and the lawyers do what the lawyers do.
Big U, in regards to Loose Cannon saying that Big U had advanced knowledge of Nipsey Hussle's murder on the podcast. Loose Cannon said that we did, in fact, take it down because of the cease and desist, because we just didn't want to deal with it. We ended up putting it back up after
Big U went to jail. For sure he put it back up because he ain't tripping. He's like, can't get to me now.
The RICO came down, just because I figured that this was now a very important document. But the feds wanted to see
wait. So you put it back up?
Yeah. I mean, honestly, we never even really took it down. We just put it on unlisted.
On private, yeah.
When I was looking at it, it still had like a couple dozen views per month the whole time that it was taken down. So there was definitely people still finding it. And even in the federal criminal complaint, they acknowledged that they had access to it, even though it was taken down, which I think we also might have left it on audio streaming platforms as well. So there's more than one way to get it. But they wanted the official cease and desist. I was actually asking Mo, a.k.a. Lawyers for Workers, earlier today about why they might have wanted that. And, he said, for sure, they're investigating if Big U could have had any involvement in the Nipsey situation. But at the very least, that cease and desist could eventually be viewed as basically him trying to use the legal system to hide evidence of crimes that took place, if that were to be proven to have taken place. So it's very much the kind of thing that the feds would want to have their hands on, even if they never end up formally charging Big U.
Well, Bricc Baby and Loose Cannon were also arrested.
And they are in federal jail right now.
Yeah.
Together. With Big U, allegedly.
All
of them together. Which is crazy, because think about what Big U probably thinks of Loose Cannon. Probably wants to beat the dog shit out of him for raising all these issues about him. I don't know if that's actually happened. But
You don't think they're separated?
well, according to Loose Cannon's wife, Charisse Mills, she said that they actually got in a huge brawl just the other day, but she said that it was with some enemies, which she should not be saying these things, but she said that. And I don't know if enemies in this situation means like blacks versus Mexicans. Does it mean a bunch of Crips versus some Bloods versus whoever? I don't know. But she said that they're all in there and they're duking it out with people in the feds.
Okay, because there's a rumor that Bricc Baby and Loose Cannon are cellmates.
Yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah, it's pretty much confirmed. I mean, they're on the phone together, and it's like Loose Cannon, and then Bricc grabs the phone.
So I don't know if they're cellmates for sure, but they for sure are in the same area. If they're not all the way cellmate up, the niggas for sure in the same section. They hit the day room at the same time.
And talks for a little bit, and then he hands it back to Loose Cannon. So they're very much having a good old buka buka party in there, as far as I can.
Having a good buka buka party in a federal penitentiary is barnacles.
So
Yeah, I ran into Bricc Baby a couple days before he got arrested. I'm sure people are going to be like, oh, because Vlad was surveilling him, making sure he didn't leave town. No, it was
try
just...
being the guy who had him on camera the night before he got picked
I
up.
know,
For
right?
Sure.
No, look, I was just randomly at the Beverly Center.
Yeah.
And it was like, he was like, yo, Vlad. I'm like, oh, shit. What
That's
up?
crazy. That's a
like,
good
it was
link up.
just, but you just think about it where it's like, you know, what up? You know, gave each other a hug, chopped it up for a minute. And I'm like, you look back on it and think, he just had no idea what was about to happen. Like, none. He was happy, shopping, had some people with him. A couple days later, everything changes.
Yeah. And I mean, well, okay. On one hand, he had no idea this was coming. On the other hand, we all knew this was coming. Because roughly 2 years ago, right around the time Bricc Baby started at No Jumper, he gets his house raided. They find an AK, allegedly. I think it was an AK. And he never got charges by the state. So according to a lot of people, there's two options. Either he was telling and he was able to make that charge go away because he offered up enough information, or it was going to be rolled up into a federal RICO at some point. And that's exactly what happened. And it's pretty wild to know that his phone was tapped for that whole time period. Because there was definitely a few times over the years where I thought about texting something to Bricc, and then I thought to myself, like, is this the kind of thing that you would want law enforcement reading? And then I didn't say it. And I'm glad that I made those decisions over the years, because for sure could have been.
Because Adam knew that Bricc Baby's phone was tapped. Adam just admitted to knowing that Bricc Baby's phone was tapped.
Been a little bit different, but yeah, we all kind of suspected that this was going to be coming at some point, to be real.
Yeah, it's sad. So is Bricc actually charged the RICO?
No, his arrest was totally unrelated. They just kind of wrapped it all up together. But he's not involved, and that was my worst fear when I saw this happening. And I was like, oh my God, Big U killed a dude and Bricc was involved with it. He's not being alleged to have had anything to do with the stuff that they're putting on Loose Cannon and Big U.
Okay, so Loose Cannon is charged the RICO.
He is involved with like the extortion or the robbing of the weed dealer guy. What's his name? Dame? I forget. But yeah, he's more wrapped up in the stuff that well, but like the reason why Bricc was being charged as part of the RICO is because Bricc allegedly bought guns off of somebody who brought them from over state lines, and he's being wrapped up in that kind of thing. You know, if you buy a gun that was manufactured in another state, it's brought over state lines, then we're officially talking federal charges.
Yeah, look.
Tricky. And Adam saying that he knew that this was happening. He assumed that Bricc was hot, so he wouldn't even text him certain things. That doesn't make things any better at all.
Free Bricc Baby. My newest regular guest.
You haven't heard Adam say free Bricc Baby for real, and you damn sure ain't heard WACK say free Loose Cannon at all.
We did like 3 interviews. They all reacted well. It seems like my audience kind of was rocking with them, and then this happens.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many things. Like just the other day, there's a former No Jumper host named T-Rel who got his car repoed, and there was a video of it going around. And
T-Rel didn't get his car repoed. T-Rel didn't pay for parking.
I was just thinking about it. I'm like, God, I miss Bricc, because me and him would have been having a good old-fashioned ha-ha fest at that. That would have been good. But I feel like he could be out within like a week or something. Like he keeps saying that he's going to get bail soon. I don't really see why he wouldn't, based on his charges. So, fingers crossed. He could be out by the time they see this.
And he is not out by the time we see this. We up out to the next one, man. Red dots to the left. Y'all know the rest. And it's Free Avenue Angels, so he's free. We gone.